speak from here that
Not because I knew him, I just gave him an opportunity to present it, and he won on his merits. Let me put it in front of you. So just don't join TCS, get out and then pick a product and say good.
So one of the easiest companies to, and I would also mention, one of our members, Ajit Sharat, who used to run a company, and I introduced him, and they did a POC with TCS. TCS picked it up. So, company like that, a large company today, does give entrepreneurs a way to do it. It's not they're always looking for bigger companies, and I'm one of the beneficiaries. So now, question answers.
Just on that venture fund, the angel fund that was talked last, sorry.
Right.
Along with Mr. Vagun and NASCOM, and I was also part of that, we created an angel fund. TCS put in 10 crores. I think Bharti put about 5 crores or something. And then ICICI threw there also.
ICICI virtually.
Then we ran it independently. But we wanted to raise 100 crores. But we just couldn't get from the corporate India 100 crores. This was, I'm talking about at least 5 years old. So I think we have to keep at it. Time may be right now to go after the angel funding, because the startups where they cannot do without this must be nurtured, must be worked upon. Whatever ideas, if I have, if any of you have, let's keep talking about it till it falls into place.
I think I would just give it So that's, I think, one of the pain points, and the way I look at it is, really in startups, our biggest competition is United States.
Right.
I mean, everybody else can be handled, but United States' biggest competition, that's where we have to really get to that level. So just shifting up, the question here, how is TCS different from Wipro and Infosys? I have to ask you this question, I'm going to keep quiet and let you answer that.
I don't know about Wipro and Infosys because I don't run them or I have not worked for them. I know TCS is good at what it does. And I explained most of the things, basically saying that we live by the customer, we live for the customer, we focus on the customer, and our execution is what we focus on. We measure, we improve, we go back with ideas, we give newer technologies, what we can offer. Repeat customers are extremely important. And these are some simple value systems, including the Tata as a brand. I think these are the things which we use. But most importantly, like I said, it's the people who make a difference, and the people whom we have are the ones who have stayed with the company right through. The culture of wanting to do what is best, not for just yourself, but for the country, but for the organization you serve, and the communities around it, that's what we keep talking about and doing. That experience certainty tag, you can keep talking about it, but that's what we live by. What you promise, you deliver. Don't promise what you can't deliver.
What are some of the initiatives of entrepreneurship in TCS? This is Ajay Raskar.
There are a number of initiatives because we have centers of excellence across the globe, innovation labs across the globe. We have what we call as a co-innovation network, extended innovation system beyond the employees of TCS, with the academic institutions, with our customers. So we do develop ideas, we do file patents, we do share them, and we try to monetize it as quickly as possible. Purely internal, but it's a very, very strong one.
This is a question from Niranjan Valmare. Do you see as NSDA chairman that skill development is a hot area like technology for entrepreneurs?
Yes. Absolutely yes. I think if you have any technology which can scale up, remote delivery of training for teachers or training for students, simulators, any way we can learn without wastages, energy or materials, like I said, are all extremely important. So technology and ideas in this we would certainly welcome. And we would fund those for sure.
Despite staggering growth, TCS doesn't yet break out of this services mode. Will it consider doing that ever?
think TCS has a very strong product organization. Banking, financial services, healthcare, insurance. Through CMC acquisition, some of the areas of ports, cargo, they're all products. But then we believe that products have to have a component of service. And today a product gets integrated instead of purely licensing a product. Without service, it's not going to succeed. That's our belief. Take IBM as a corporation, again, service business is what is. Their hardware business, just the other day they announced the results, has a big loss. They are now questioning whether they should have a hardware business around. Service business has been growing the fastest. So I think any product has to have a solution component. And we do have a number of assets and we leverage as products as part of our solutions. The standard question everybody asks me, including the analysts, what is the gender diversity in TCS?
Maybe you can answer that question.
About 38% are women.
30% women.
The last one they ask is sustainability. We have a very strong sustainability group now. Name of transparency, I should disclose everything, right? Because these new MBAs, they're only taught to ask questions, not to do or answer. So they are these investment people and they're asking the right thing because their money is at stake.
This I'll make it the last one because it's not enough. It said that TCS never made any propaganda about succession planning.
Yes.
So was there a design not to do it or it just happened?
No, I think it's the most important part of any organization. No organization should be dependent on any single person. But I think the most important lesson in succession planning you can learn from the government. I mean, I'm amazed at the way they do the secretaries changing and all. It's a very articulate, very well done process because at that age the person is going to go. Similarly, an organization must have the depth and the breadth to say that if tomorrow anything unfortunate happens to a CEO, who is going to succeed? He can't be searching at that point in time or say that he didn't have a succession plan in place. But I think I spotted Chandra in the year 1993 on a project which I had gone to review in Washington for the Federal Insurance Corporation. Ramanan took me to that client. He was the manager in Washington. And then I spotted something extraordinary in terms of his, what the client told me about him. Then I put him on a project in the UK where we had an opportunity and an opportunity to displace one of the multinationals. From there I brought him as my executive assistant in 1996 when I took over as the CEO, kept him for an year and then sent him off to manage our SEEPS operations in Bombay. So rotating between a corporate strategy job and an operational job essentially. This does not mean you're the only candidate I was considering. I had 5 people in mind. I don't want to name the other 4. But I think when the time came, neither the board nor the chairman nor I as the CEO had any doubt. We have decided on the right person. I think at least so far he has proven that he is doing a terrific job. The team around him is absolutely intact. That's the other thing. The moment a CEO succession takes place, all the other guys run away, and some of our competitors are experiencing that. But I think more importantly, we have to make sure that the team is intact. And it requires an enormous amount of mentoring, nurturing, making sure that the styles may change, but the value systems and the culture will not change. I think it's just one of those things which happens as part of an organization. But I think we got to be prepared. And Tatas have done even in the case of Ratan Tata's succession when Cyrus Mistry has taken over. A person from outside with age of 43 taking over a group which is $100 billion. It's an amazing responsibility, but an amazing way a succession plan has been addressed.
Let's talk about Air Asia.
Yeah.
You saw enough in the newspapers about AirAsia. Okay, we are at, most of the clearances are done. The DGCA clearance, which is the last part of the whole thing, they're going to go through the whole procedures, is underway. So whenever that comes through, then we'll have to pick a date and then start flying. That's where we are. But I think it's going to be a budget airline, and predominantly domestic to start with. That's the rules of the game. And point to point, in the southern part of the country to start with. And then let's see what happens.
Ram, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kiran.
I have a very easy task tonight. For the wonderful evening, I'm here to say thanks to our special guests. Mr. Ramadorai, we know you wear a lot of different hats, and getting you to carve out a significant part of a Saturday to spend with us was a very big ask, but you graciously said yes. And I think we've all had an amazing insight that, you know, books and articles and third-party stories can't quite convey as the real life thing. So thank you very, very much for your time. And Kiran Deshpande, we know you've persisted quite a bit. We are persistent, and you've persisted in trying to get Mr. Ramadorai here, so thank you very much for that. The next thank you is to Anand Deshpande, who's also a charter member of TiE, for giving us this auditorium today. And we hope, Mr. Ramadorai, that your experience with TiE Pune will encourage you to remain in touch. The Tata Group obviously has a lot of links to Pune, and we know that you will be here from time to time, so we hope that you will be able to be part of our agenda going forward. A couple of other things before we end. One is a big thank you to all of you, the mentors, mentees, members. And last but not least, I'm going to call on Vishwas to come and present a memento of appreciation to Mr. Ramadorai, and also to our special guest from NASCOM, Mr. Chandrasekhar. Thank you all, and good night.